Are we on? My name's Jake Richards and I'm standing to be Labour's candidate in Rother Valley at the next general election. Rother Valley needs a Labour MP and the country is crying out for a Labour government after 12 long years of Conservative rule. To achieve that, we need a candidate who will bring communities together, who will build an energetic campaign to beat the Tories and who will stand up for Rother Valley in Parliament and beyond.
During the pandemic, I was coordinating Maltby Food Bank, and that's where I met Jake. In my mind, there's only one person who can represent and act in the best interest of all the constituents, and that's Jake Richards.
Jake Richards is in politics to serve people. He's got huge energy and wide experience of working with trade unions, especially on great causes like the Living Wage campaign.
For too long now, Rother Valley has been overlooked or forgotten by those in power. Now is the time to change that. I will be that strong voice for Rother Valley, championing your causes and the issues you care about. Because that's what I've been doing my whole life. I've been campaigning for Labour at every local and general election since I was a young boy. I know what it takes to lead and run a local campaign to beat Alex Stafford at the next general election. I then went to work for the Labour Party, working with senior politicians and trade unions and the wider Labour movement. I led a national campaign to ensure that every worker in a Labour-controlled council received the living wage, a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. Those are Labour values being put into practice. In my job now as a barrister, I represent some of the most vulnerable people in courts up and down the country. I represent workers who've been exploited by their employers, and I make sure they are receiving fair terms and treatment. I represent women, victims of domestic violence, who are seeking refuge. I'm a child protection specialist, which means I work in the courts and with local authorities across the country to ensure that children grow up in a safe environment. So my promise to you is clear. If I'm selected as your candidate in Rother Valley, we will build the most organised, the most dynamic and the most united campaign out there. And we will beat Alex Stafford and the Conservatives at the next general election.
Jake has already worked with constituents in Maltby, using his legal experience to help people that are struggling and in need. Jake has the passion, the energy and the expertise to beat the Tories and win Rother Valley back.
There is no greater responsibility for us all than ensuring Labour wins next time. I'm ready for that challenge, but I can't do it alone. I don't have all the answers. So I want to speak to the membership across Rother Valley, each and every one of you, to hear your ideas and your thoughts about policy, politics, and how we build that campaign to beat the Conservatives. So please get in touch with me today via my website, www.richardsforrothervalley.co.uk, or email me at jakerichards@richardsforrothervalley.co.uk.
Jake Richards will be the strongest voice for Rother Valley.
By working together, we will win, and we will deliver the change Rother Valley so desperately needs.